Hello everyone. This week's parsha is parshat kedoshim. In parshat kedoshim there are several mitzvot. Among them the mitzvah of kibbud avahem, which appears as Yisham imo v'yivtirau ve'shabbatai tishmoru. The Torah combines two mitzvot into one pasuk: the mitzvah of kibbud avahem and the mitzvah of keeping Shabbos. This is not the only place the Torah combined the two, and our sages explain this to teach us that even though we are commanded to honor our parents, this commandment doesn't prevent us from keeping the mitzvot. And should our parents ever tell us to do something that is not in accordance with the laws of the Torah, then the laws of the Torah supersede the commandment to honor our parents. Obviously, it doesn't mean we should abuse them. It means we should treat them with the utmost respect, but nonetheless, we have to keep the mitzvot. There is another mitzvah that is very often related to the mitzvah of Shabbos, and that is the mitzvah of building the Mishkan, building the Beit HaMikdash, or the tabernacle in the desert. And it's interesting to contrast the two. I think that the logic behind combining the mitzvah kibbud avahem and the mitzvah of the Mishkan is that one might perceive that there are certain instances where it's worthy or appropriate to deviate from the mitzvah of the Torah. One such situation is when our heart or our mind tell us that the mitzvah might not be appropriate for whatever reason. This is an example as seen in kibbud avahem. Kibbud avahem is a mitzvah that is described as being mandated by logic and by nature. We owe our existence to our parents, so it will be only right and natural for us to respect them. Tells us the Torah. Even so, the commandments of the Torah supersede the commandments of kibbud avahem. There is another instance when we might feel that one should deviate from the mitzvah of the Torah, and that is when one aspires to something that might be perceived as a greater ideal. Now, one might think that these aspirations to greater ideals and higher spirituality are indeed the true reason for the mitzvot, and therefore supersede the actual technical details of kiyum Torah mitzvot, of keeping the Torah. Comes the Torah to teach us this is not so. The construction of the tabernacle in the desert was probably one of the most impressive and significant spiritual upliftings of Am Yisrael after they left Egypt. Even so, the Torah tells us the construction of the tabernacle, of the Mishkan, does not exempt one from keeping the Shabbos, and in fact supersedes it. You see, the laws of the Torah exist regardless, and need to be kept in every situation. May we always be zoche to also follow our heart and our soul, and achieve enlightenment, always in the way of the Torah. Thank you. Shabbat Shalom.